Key points. What is 404 funding? What is 406 funding? When it comes to hazard mitigation funding, simply put, the difference is in the numbers. Before we get ahead of ourselves, let's take a moment to review what hazard mitigation is. Hazard mitigation is defined as any action taken to reduce or eliminate long-term risk to people and property from natural hazards and their effects. FEMA has authority to provide public assistance funding for cost-effective hazard mitigation measures, as well as hazard mitigation funding under its Hazard Mitigation Assistance (HMA) programs. Section 404 Hazard Mitigation and Section 406 Hazard Mitigation funding are distinct programs with key differences in their scope, purpose, and funding. 406 funding is limited to counties within a declared disaster area and eligible damaged facilities. The intent is for the repair of disaster-damaged facilities and mitigation measures to reduce the potential of future similar disaster damages to the same facility. This funding is directly tied to a public assistance program project. 404 grant funding may be used in conjunction with 406 mitigation funds to bring an entire facility to a higher level of disaster resistance when only portions of the facility were damaged by the current disaster event. After a declared event, look for state-distributed info on 404 funding. Current contact information can be found on FEMA's website, www.fema.gov/grants/mitigation/state-contacts. The subrecipient may use both 404 and 406 funding to implement mitigation measures on the same facility, but not for the same work. The subrecipient cannot use funds from one of these mitigation programs to meet the non-federal cost share of work funded under the other mitigation program. Section 406 mitigation measures are funded under the Public Assistance Program, PA. Examples of 406 approved measures: constructing flood walls around damaged facilities, installing new drainage facilities along a damaged road, repairing and strengthening roofs to exceed codes and standards requirements to meet wind speeds of disaster, installing hurricane-rated windows to replace those damaged in disaster. 404 funding is used to provide protection to undamaged parts of a facility or to prevent or reduce damage caused by future disasters. The entire state, not just presidentially declared counties, may qualify for 404 mitigation projects. The 404 grant is managed by the state under funding provided in the Stafford Act. Section 404 mitigation measures are funded under the Hazard Mitigation Grant Program, HMGP. The state receives 20% of the total federal share of the declared disaster damage amount and uses it to fund projects anywhere in the state, regardless of where the declared disaster occurred or the disaster type. Examples of 404 approved measures: early warning sirens, portable generators, building a retention pond, building a flood wall to prevent flooding. Thank you for watching.